And we're live.
Hello! Can everyone hear us? We're doing this right away right after that because we have a
Yeah,
tendency not to be heard.
probably a good idea.
Hello! Can you hear us? Can we get an okay from the chat from folks? Or a thumbs up or an A-okay?
For all of the people that happen to be in the chat, all
Hello!
6 of you.
Yeah.
Actually, let me unmute my thing. All right.
Actually,
Actually, let me unmute my thing. All right.
You hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Good.
Oh, there we go. I can hear you. Oh, there we go.
Hello?
I can hear you.
La 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 la.
Excellent. Okay, I'm muting again. No, I'm not muting myself. I'm muting the feed. I'm muting the fucking tab, all right? Leave me alone. Rose, go.
Okay, sweet. Thank you. We're good to go. Hi, everyone. I am Rose. I will be your DM for tonight, which we are once again Wednesday night playing D&D 5th Ed, also known as Dead Reckoning, which is essentially D&D 5th Ed with pirates and tentacles and bad dad jokes and terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions soon to come. Once again, I am your DM, Rose, and let's start by introducing the cast and who they are playing today. Starting with Aaron. Choose randomly.
Hey there, I'm playing Bureau de Cognac, a drunk, swashbuckling rogue, although he's not actually a swashbuckler yet, because we're only at level 1, but I'm aiming to go that way. And skilled with rapier, and off on his wild, drunken misadventures.
And next up is Kelly.
Hello, I'm Kelly. I'm playing Grimace McFeisty. He is a red dragonborn warlock who knows a hell of a lot about the sea, has just never traveled on it, so this should be an interesting trip.
Well, don't worry, we landed this game, so nothing to worry about there, landlubber. Alright.
Thank God.
Excuse me. Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm playing Velen Thundersoul, a water genasi. We're gonna have to figure out how to actually say that. Storm sorcerer and tempest cleric.
I like Genasi personally. I think in this game, let's just use Genasi. I'm cool with that. Unless someone really wants me to correct, then, just let me know.
Bring it.
Bethany.
Hi, I'm playing Claire and Caster, monk, half-stard. And yeah, I don't want to be where we are, but we are.
And last but not least, Steve.
Hey, I'm Steve. I'm usually the storyteller here on this particular channel, but today I'm playing LaForge, the Warforged Cleric of the Forge. That's a lot of forges, and most of the Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonations are going to be coming from me because I'm basically playing a robot from the future, so come with me if you want to live.
There we go. We have our first Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. And oh look, cat! There's a cat on screen. I will always. Later there will be Steve's cat, and I will say Smoky Kitty, and there needs to be someone out there who just clips all of the times I say Smoky Kitty and just make a compilation of me screaming Smoky Kitty. That's my goal in life, is just to have that. Alright.
Side
I
note,
have one too, but she's down here.
there is another Kelly that is in the chat, and that's the Kelly from Dork Tales. Hello, Kelly from Dork Tales.
Hi, Kelly.
I'm having an existential crisis.
Thank you, Dork Tales. They are following us. They are local to Victoria as well, which is where me and Bethany are. Actually, where most of the group is actually located, except for Steve, actually.
It's true.
All right, so let's get into the game tonight. Last episode, we were on a boat and it was going fast, and that's all I can really say about that. You fought off something with 4 tentacles, with the fabulous guest who shall see light as drawing a blank on her name right now.
Captain Calamity.
Yes.
Thank you. Awesome. Captain Calamity, who was taking you to the French-ish, not quite French, but its original do not copy island known as Frontenac, where a wedding is taking place. And at the end of the episode, you just finished battle, and you are sailing the rest of the way towards evening to the port of Frontenac right now. So when you arrive, it is, I want to say, nighttime. The sun's just gone down the horizon, and the gangplank is lowered, and you are able to go onto the dock and into town. You can ask around for most of the crew. Calamity's crew have been to this island quite frequently. There is one tavern known as Le Petit Trianon, which is just a fancy word for it's an inn. It's an inn. It's like the only inn that's close to the port, at the very least. Fairly reasonable. And I think it may also be occupied by your different group of people there for you if you would like to congregate there. There are also some small, like, late night, still open shops open if you need to shopkeep or buy any things or anything like that in preparation for the wedding for the next day. And as you can also see in town as well, in port, and kind of all over the island as well, there are white and blue filigree decorations. Fleur-de-lis are everywhere. That's sort of the decorations of the royal family and sort of stuff. Yeah. So, where would you guys like to go?
Spoil the choice.
Count my pocket change.
So we just disembarked, or we're about to disembark?
Gangplank has been lowered. You're just on the main deck as it is, and as you're pulling in, land ho, and you're pulled in, and anything like that, it just floated on right in, as if almost expertly and mechanically, like, I don't know, Captain Calamity's done this a million times before.
I don't know if my dad gave me something to give as a gift to the wedding party.
Hey, Table of Horrors rating. Hey, guys.
Hey, Table of Horrors! Oh, lucky there's a few shops still open.
Yeah, looks like I'm gonna spend my beer money and go shopping.
Your dad would have given you something to at least, have purchased something if necessary. He gave each of you, each of the rest of your party, some gold to take here and escort you.
Yeah,
so
but that's theirs. It is not to pay for my drinking habit.
Exactly. Also, your dad's a merchant. I'm sure he would have some form or other of credit. He is a well-known, fairly known merchant, and if this is a place that he frequents and wants to send you as his thing, like, he's not going to send just you randomly because no one knows you or him here.
I know. I just want to try to do the responsible thing first before I roll the rest of my money on booze.
Gotcha. Okay. So I assume you're disembarking and heading to Shop Central?
Yep.
Cool. Does anyone go with, or do you tell anyone that you're going?
Hi guys, I'm going to the shop.
Have fun.
All right, so the rest of the adventure. Bye, Claire. Does anyone go with her?
Roll credits.
Thanks for coming tonight. That's the game, everyone.
Oops.
Does anyone go with her?
To extend the metaphor of being on a boat, my character has flippy floppies on, and he's slowly walking down the gangplank.
They kind of annoyingly slap against your heels.
Well, they're basically tank treads anyway. I don't know how I put those on my feet.
So they're flapping.
Are you in need of assistance?
As to you, Claire.
I mean, you can come join me if you'd like.
That is agreeable.
Carry your purchases.
It gets you off the boat.
It does.
Alright, come on, follow me.
All right. And the rest of you?
Well, as for myself, I had a sign that I should come to this island, so I'm going to go investigate. I'm going to see if I can find a local temple or place of worship or something so that I can speak to someone who knows how to read signs who might be able to help me out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Grimace.
Okay, Velen and Grimace, you guys are together.
Come help me read some signs. There's a sign. There's a sign. There's a sign.
Don't
I'm just
want
doing
signs.
just doing a
Bruno's
quick
stepped
check
up.
with Dork Tales. How does that sound?
They're actually hosting us right now.
They are, yeah,
It's cool. Yeah.
because I can see that with the Streamlabs. Because you're awesome. Because you're Dork Tales.
Thanks, Kelly. All
You're
right.
welcome. Oh, the other one. Sorry.
Other Kelly. Thank you too, Kelly.
This is gonna get confusing.
You're good. You're good.
At least
All
it's
right.
not the other game. We have another Kelly too. There's like Kelly
You know what?
Kelly.
Actually, I have something for Birno when he gets back, so we will just do you guys for a second. All right.
Your thing.
I'm going to start off with Claire and LaForge. All right.
Alrighty.
Okay. So when you go down to the downtown market, you're heading along the dock. When you disembark off the dock, you're basically shunted straight into town. You turn to your right, and there is Le Petit Trianon. The very sort of sticks out and kind of is unnecessarily whitewashed. And the rest of it seems kind of like made of wood and not painted, but it's still like well maintained. Claire, you're familiar with this being just a little. This is normal for.
Yeah.
And it's like okay, clearly they're more successful. When you go around the corner to your left, that was where it will take you down like a street of vending stalls and stuff like that. A few of them, as you can see, are opened. So it just depends on what you are looking for a gift. What are you looking for specifically?
Something expensive,
Cool.
but isn't gaudy, and may also have a use.
Okay, so literally anything.
It also has to be pretty.
Oh, okay. So you.
If Claire says that out loud, LaForge would grab like a crock pot and hold it up to her. Traditionally, a crock pot is known as a wedding gift.
I will keep that as a plan B.
Is it not a nice crock pot?
It is a pretty crock pot. I just have a feeling if I give a crock pot to this lady, she would frickin' have me thrown out.
You never know. I mean, if you want to say that you know Roxanne, I can always get you to roll a d20 to how, like a nobility roll or something like that.
What does nobility have to use as a crock pot when they themselves don't cook?
She's also French. French
True.
In that case, it's a crock pot.
is a crock pot. CROQUE.
Let's just browse a little bit and come back to the crock pot.
Okay, when you go through the market, there is a fabric merchant that is still fairly busy. They're right next to a tailor that is closed. They are closed indefinitely, finishing any kind of like fabricing different gowns and suits and stuff like that for the next following day, which will probably pick up. You can see them looking like they're burning the midnight oil. In fact, if you do attempt to knock on the door, it is met with just glares and just like, we're closed, can't you see? It's like they don't want to bother with you. The fabric merchant though is still open, and there's a lot of nice things there if you choose to browse there. There is a weaponsmith, but as opposed to proper weapons, this is sort of decorative. You have like those classic shields with swords stuck in them. They're actually like nailed together. You know the one where Elizabeth in Pirates of the Caribbean tries to like pull down off the wall, but realize it's only decorative and she can't defend herself. Which plot twist, if that had been way more cooler, if they actually could come out of the shields. Anyways, I digress. So there's those. There's also wood carver as well. that is statuaries, bric-a-brac, and a very nice looking cheese board, because I wanted to make that reference.
Cheese boards are also a
It's a nice-
traditional wedding gift.
It's an especially nice mahogany cheese board.
It comes in a
and
variety of
there's
styles.
also your jeweler as well, jeweler and silversmith.
It comes in a
Okay,
variety of
okay.
styles.
I like the idea of the cheese board
All right.
with some fabric, because I'm pretty sure I still sell fabric that I would want.
That Bethany would want, or that Claire would want.
That Claire would want.
I mean, it's me narrating, so both.
Mhm.
Are you
which do
going
you
to
go?
wrap the cheese board in fabric?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay, so which do you go for first?
First, I'll go for the fabric.
Okay. And you see this extravagantly dressed lady with a, hair wrapped up, a few strands sticking out underneath, and very low cut dress. You're wondering if she's selling something else as well as fabric, but she's your pleasantly plumped, very bodacious looking merchant. And, bonsoir, how can I help you?
Hi, I'd like to purchase a few yards of your fabric.
Oh, which kind? We have silk, we have chanton, charmeuse. What is your preference, my lady?
I'd like some of that deep red silk velvet.
Lovely, very plush and very nice.
Mm-hmm.
How many yards do you need?
4.
He measures out 4 yards, and with some fabric shears it off and folds it up very nicely. Would you like some lace to go with that? There's lovely black lace right over here, all made from the most beautiful, stylish linen. She
No, thank
gushes over
you.
it.
No, thank you, but I would like some of that deep navy brocade.
Oh, the brocade, of course. Same thing for 4 yards.
Make that one 6.
Ooh, 6. Oh, we know our taste, don't we, my lady?
This is what we
anything
get for
your-
playing D&D with theater majors who know their fabrics.
And a cosplayer. Or 2. Or 3. Or 4. Just all of us. Plot twist, we're all cosplayers. Anyway.
Yeah. Surprise.
No, she measures it. I'm doing cuts it all off and folds it up very nicely. This one she puts a little bit of wrapping underneath it before she puts onto the wood of her counter.
Mhm.
6 yards of this and 4 yards of this over here. Is there anything else that I can grab for you? Any accents or anything like that? Gold filigree?
No, that should be
Plumes?
good.
Air plumes? Anything like that?
No, that should be for everything. Thank you.
Wonderful. This will actually go for 10 gold. It's the good shit.
I just take out a small pouch and dump it on her counter.
Opens the pouch. She looks open. Takes the whole pouch. Merci beaucoup. Have a lovely evening.
You too. All right, let's go get that cheese board, LaForge.
Okay, and we're gonna put a pause on that as you're heading towards the wood carver.
Yeah.
Grimace and Velen. Would like you both to do an investigation check. I assume Velen decides to, or Grimace has expressed to Velen what they intend to do.
I am going to assume so. Grimace is very friendly.
Yeah.
Where am I at? There I am.
Investigation.
19.
Yes, thank you for saying your rolls too. So 19 for you. What, Velen, what'd you get?
6.
Look, the sky is
Busy staring
blue.
at the Dragonborn.
Yeah. I keep him
you-
around for the muscle, so.
Hey,
You start thinking and you go, there's
we looking
one
for?
temple. There's the other temple. I found 2. Okay.
Didn't have to even get off the boat.
Oh my god. So Grimace, You don't see any signs of anything there. For some weird reason, canonical or otherwise, the lovely island of Frontenac doesn't seem to have any hints or any kind of indication of this way to an old temple of any kind. But you do decide in that case to ask around to local folk. Usually not the prim and proper folk that are still wandering around, still buying things, but a few folks that are around wandering, and usually of lower class, maybe a tad more shadier. And you come across this bent over, doubled over, sort of like lump of clothing, and there's you notice with green eyes glowing at you, towards you, sort of almost beckoning you over, is a white and gray tabby cat being stroked by very long, elegant fingers. And the cat's almost like hypnotically just like staring at you.
I'm staring right back.
And then you see the bony hand stop for a moment, consider, point to you in this way, and then...
Do I see this?
Velen, you do. Then you see the hooded head just go...
Friend of yours?
We'll
you
find
said
out.
you never left the island.
We will find out.
I hear you're looking for some form of a ritual ground of some kind, something ancient.
As a matter of fact, I am looking for a religious site of some kind, or at least someone of a religious bent who might be able to help me out. If not religious, spiritual.
Well, you see, I am of no information of this one for you. But I'm sure my cat can help you. And the cat just looks up at you.
Was that?
Apparently she's the familiar.
Well, familiar. Are you familiar with a spiritual place where I would be able to get a sign read?
Meow.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Just follow the gray and white tabby. She will take you to answer your questions.
Oh, well, that's okay. Let's do that then.
Almost as if on cue, the little tabby cat jumps out of her lap and goes down an alleyway, disappears around the corner. And she sort of gestures.
This happened to you a lot?
Not in the last week, but we'll see what happens.
Wise
Come,
woman.
like the wind!
Point me in the direction of the Storm Lord.
She doesn't respond anymore after that. She sort of just bends over and just curls up into her...
She folds into...
She kind of just
disappears
folds
like
into rags.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
She kind of just, if anything, if you want to take a quick look and observe, or even like a perception check, if you want to, literally she just seems to go fabric. There's nothing sturdy about the pile anymore.
Okay.
Put a pause on that one. We'll put a pause on that one as well. Birno, can you, if you're good, can you do me a perception check, please?
Sure.
And what you got
There
there?
you go. It's a 21.
Lovely. You spot a lovely young lady in hooded, with sort of goldish blonde hair. She has somewhat of an upper middle class outfit on, and she sees you and she waves at you from on the dock.
A wave back. Do I recognize her at all?
No, but she does seem to recognize you, and she kind of hurries over. She doesn't go onto the gangplank out of respect and sailor her own personal superstition.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I come off the boat onto the wharf.
You are Monsieur Birano de Cognac?
That's me.
Bienvenue. Your cousin Roxanne has sent me to see you.
Oh,
I am
really?
her. I am her handmaiden, Constance.
She's gonna put on the red light.
You don't have to put on that dress tonight. uh, she welcomes you here, and she will be most pleased to hear that you have arrived. If you would like to arrange to see her before tomorrow, I can arrange it if you would like.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Almost tout de suite if you would like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Um, you notice that also, I will say it well because I didn't do it so much because I wanted everyone to hear me just in case. She does say in more of a hushed tone, although a woman of dignity would also have sort of a gently above a whisper, essentially. But you seem she's quite hushed in this point, and she sort of takes your hand gently and kind of guides you along. As you decide to go to do you decide to go through town stealthily?
Through what, sorry?
Do you decide to use stealth? Sorry, I stuttered.
Wait, I thought you said she was leading me along.
Oh yeah, but do you decide to do? I don't know. Do you decide to go stealthily?
No. That's
Okay.
Just stomp right down the street.
Regardless, she seems to barely make a single footfall.
It's Barano. He flounces down the street.
People don't seem to even pay attention to her, but they just see. People do take notice of you, Birno.
yes. My giant hat might even gianter nose.
Mostly the hat. It's really fancy. And you are whisked through sort of the back roads and back routes of town, and led to sort of a bushy gated area that actually connects between the actual town itself and into some kind of like royal-ish garden of some kind or other.
All right.
From there and from beyond her bosom, she pulls out a gold key, puts it in the lock, unlocks it, opens it, and stands partway in with the gate so she can close it behind her and beckons you through.
All right. In we go.
She closes the door, locks it behind her, and then before she carries on, she gives you the key and says, I cannot go back with you, but hopefully you remember the way back, and you will be able to get to your traveling party if you need to. And actually, the Lady Roxanne actually wants you to have this permanently so that you may visit her whenever you like. She is rather fond of you, I assume.
I take the key and merci beaucoup. And in my own head, do I actually remember the way back? Because I've been pretty drunk for most of this trip so far.
You have a general idea, but you do know if you travel in like a straight direction and look for the ships, you'll be able to find your way back.
Yeah, that sounds good enough. I'm not worried then.
You may have missed the description of Petit Trianon, the hotel by the docks. It kind of sticks out from the rest of the town. It's a bit more expensive looking than anything else. You'll be able to find your back okay. Either by luck or by fate, you'll find your way back.
Well, I don't need to go back just yet. So let's.
No, just yet. We're not even there yet. We're not even at the juicy part yet. Are you kidding? At this point, she doesn't take your hand to guide you, but she just sticks close and just walks casually through. She removes her hood, and a cascade of golden long locks trail down the back of her cape. And she leads you through a garden where you actually see sort of a bushed area like that surrounds a clearing and a balcony overhead. The light is peeking through. Curtains are open, and Constance sort of does that to make you like stay and quiet. And then she points out into underneath the balcony. One more perception check.
One more perception check. All right.
Yeah. It's a little hard to see. You rolled 17.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to see because of the light coming from the balcony, but also you presume this is her room, so the excitement and a little bit of the drunkenness.
Yep.
There are a couple of guards that walk like in pairs. They walk through and just do the rounds, and they take their sweet time going about it. Constance, again, after that and this, and pointing to them, she again makes you stay and steps out of the forest. The two guards jump almost immediately as she steps out of the woods, because she makes quite a bit of noise. And you see her and kind of hear just the gist of what she's saying, speaking in fluent French to these guards. And I just got lost outside. I did not see what time it is. Getting everything ready. And of course, the two guards are quite entranced by her, and she leads them along and follows them along. They're not even paying attention to what she does, where she kind of glances sort of in your direction and kind of like basically gives you the all clear. You have as long as you need. So, Roxanne's balcony. What'd you like to do?
Yeah. If I call out, are the guards are they going to be close enough that they're going to come back? I guess that's a concern. So
sound would definitely be a concern. That's why she did mostly that as a big indicator, and that's why she didn't say anything to warn you. Just was like,
yeah. Well, if I can't call out, then
there is a way for you to climb up if you'd like.
Yeah. But there's no doors to go in like the normal way.
I mean, there's a window to the rooms underneath, but no doors directly to that. That would be near around the front. You assume this is probably a side or a back of the manor that she's staying in?
Well, let's just be a weirdo and go in through the balcony then.
Cool, be a weirdo. Hashtag be a weirdo. Ready? I'd like you to do a stealth followed by a climb check for me.
Stealth and climb, all right.
Yes, please. One after the other. Or in any order that you'd like.
Stealth, and then I'm not seeing it on the sheet for climb.
I think then it would be
athletics. I think
athletics. Okay,
that would make sense.
Yeah, right.
That makes sense. Yeah, they amalgamated everything. Okay, so if anyone else seeing this, stealth was 8. So I kind of narrate that out as you're going. Drunk, but you're making a really good job at it. if this were a cartoon, no one would see you. Maybe it is, but you also, when you just a few feet away, because you rolled a damn 20, that was gorgeous. Hop, skip, and a jump, and with a flourish at the very end of it, and with the ease of a cat, randomly, just lucid moment, you just climb and flip your way into there, and
as if I've done this before.
Yeah, almost.
Paper.
And sort of like, just lean on one of the poles, just like, it's still good. Yeah. From what you can see beyond the curtained room, from behind, you see a young lady with, I would say again, the longest floor-length blonde hair that you can see. She's brushing it out, and she's alone. Has a house coat on of purple, for royalty. And she's just brushing her hair in her vanity. And then she stops as she sees something in her mirror. She turns, and as she turns, a big, huge grin crosses her face, and her eyes glow like sapphire jewels.
Yep, so I walk in and I say, "Honey, I'm home."
Romantic fool.
Birano, my dearest. And she runs to you and gives you the greatest, biggest hug that she can muster in the entire world.
Yeah, hug her back.
Pause on that. Okay. So back in the market, uh, at the wood carver, as opposed to the reference I was trying to make, actually a big, strong, big mustachioed man who, despite the chilly cold air, has no shirt on. Surprise. But does have a sort of woodworker's apron over top.
Well, I mean, I'm not complaining.
Oh, hello there.
Hi, I'd like to inquire about a mahogany cheese board.
Ah, you have heard of these, haven't you?
Yes.
Ah, yes, it's my pride and joy. And he like pulls it out. It's thick. Boom. There is some very like almost Germanic kind of style carving on the edges and everything like that, but it is nice and it's a big piece of wood. There's no way I'm getting around this joke without making it dirty. And he stands there all proudly, hands on his hips. So, you like?
Very much.
Asking price for this is he thinks about it for a second. 50 gold.
50 gold.
Hmm?
What do you think, LaForge? Is that a good price?
If it is made of gold, yes.
Oh, it's the
It's made of
finest
wood.
mahogany. It's the finest mahogany. Might as well be gold.
Mahogany is not as useful as gold.
One of you want to do an inside check? Or both of you?
An inside check? I'm inside right now.
Insight. Little did I realize that LaForge was also a stand-up comedian.
Oh, core, right.
I got a 17 on insight.
Okay.
13.
Claire. Well, I mean, LaForge, you're kind of convinced if it were made of gold, but I don't know. You're sort of indifferent to it. Claire, you have a feeling this guy might be lying and trying to upsize it for you. But he might also be down to haggle. Besides, these prices you can never. I would definitely say any time that you haggle really, really well, just naturally, I will just give it for that price. I'm just saying.
Don't get me wrong, it's a beautifully carved piece. I don't quite see it worth 50 gold. I see it more 35.
Oh, I'd be happy to part with that.
Okay.
35 it is then.
That was easy. In the gold.
Almost
If
as
you're
if
gonna go
the
with,
price was super inflated.
Yeah, so you, I guess, plop down the gold.
Yeah, I hand him the gold. I wrap the cheese board in velvet silk, and then I hand it to LaForge and be like, "Here, carry this."
Are you in need of further assistance?
Well, we need to make sure this gets back to the inn safely.
And then she just turns around and goes for the inn.
And I will follow him.
Sweet. So you guys are heading to the Trianon then. All right.
Yep.
To the next group. You similarly, but not quite as still lit. You were led through a bunch of different. For those following or just caught in, Grimace and Velen. You are led through actually a bunch of more of the dark and sort of just dark back roads, essentially. Left and right, left and right, left and right. You're not too sure how many lefts and how many right at this point. You might be able to figure out how to get home or get back to home base, essentially, but it might be a little bit tricky. I might get you guys to do
Why are we
survival
following this
check or
cat?
something.
Because a strange old lady you've never met told you to
Ostensibly,
follow a cat.
we're following this cat so that I can get an answer to what I have been seeing in the stars. But now I'm starting to wonder if maybe we got suckered into a trap. If we did, I apologize, my friend. And
Told
if
you
we
we should've
didn't,
asked the
I
Storm
still
Lord.
apologize.
At the last right, the cat turns the corner, and then, as if you continue to follow it,
Might as well. I mean, we've come this far.
Yeah.
yeah, you see it sort of sit and just wait for you guys. Just swishing his
sitting in front
tail.
of.
Not in front of anything. It's just sitting down the rest of the corridor that leads back out to a main road of some kind or other. But it kind of looks and kind of paws at to its right. So when you're facing it, your guys' left, kind of paws at a wall, a wood wall, and kind of literally just goes 3 times, and a panel shoots up,
Oh, that's
big
a neat
enough for
trick.
you guys to give, big enough for all 3 of you guys to go through.
All right.
Handy.
I'm assuming we're still following the cat in.
Yeah, the
Or do
cat
we-
goes. The cat just licks its paws, cleans itself.
I'm thinking this might be where we're supposed to be going.
Oh.
Meow.
Tell
What
you
you want a
what.
tip? Get out of here.
Tell you what. How about if I go in first, just in case this is a trap and the door closes behind me? We won't both get trapped. Maybe stick your foot in there or something.
Now. All right.
As you make your way in, you just see the cat just do that long, just stretch, just the hindquarters sticking up in the air, with hindquarters facing more towards Velen there, giving you a good view of the.
That means it trusts me more. It's all good.
Or it's presenting.
Kind of looks.
You
over your
guys
shoulder,
get a room. I'm
Kinda
gonna
just-
keep going.
Kind of just looks over its shoulder at you, just like.
Yeah, whatever.
Right. Grimace, roll me another investigate.
Alrighty. Apparently your milkshake brings all the cats
So-
to the yard.
Where are we? And what exactly are we looking for?
I have rolled a 21.
Noise.
Wonderful. There is no sign of anyone in this room, but you do, with enough light from the outside and from the moon, you do see into the room just fine. It looks like it's some kind of small abandoned workshop. From what you can tell by the dust and the cobwebbing in there, it's been abandoned for a number of years, but you just can't pinpoint how many. It looks like no one's going to be coming back anytime soon, but there is a book of shelves
It's a
hanging
trap.
hanging in the corner, a workbench with some components, some things. It looks fairly neat aside from the layer of dust, about pretty big,
Okay.
and a cabinet of some kind opposite from the shelf on the other side of the bench. But it's all on one side of the room. The other side looks like there was space for some kind of bunk or bed or trunk of some kind, but there's nothing else there. It's just the shelf, the table, and some other of container.
All right. I'm going to convey this information back to Velen, and he is welcome to come in and join me then, since it looks like the door is not going to close on us, I hope.
Yeah, and there's no other door out either. There's
Well,
just
we can
the
blow
one
it off
door
the
that you
hinges
guys
if it
go.
does.
Now, between the two of us, surely.
So, yeah, this is a trap.
I'm going to start going through the books and see if I can't find something that will
It's a
allow
trick.
me to
Get an axe.
read the signs.
Cool. Make me a religion roll, please.
Alrighty.
Ooh, I will assist.
Okay.
I have
gives
rolled
her
a
advantage.
17.
You may not need it. It's okay.
I roll it anyways, Mike.
No. She gets advantage. I think. No, that works.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're assisting, she gets advantage.
I mean, could just stand there and look pretty, which
I mean, either way.
I mean, I rolled a
Um,
17. Do I need to roll for advantage?
you really don't.
My religion is not that good.
Oh, okay. I also just wanted to narrate. These are books, but they're written in a different language. So starting
They
off
have
with that,
covers
they
and
are
paper inside.
like, ooh, wait, they're made of paper. Yeah,
Yes.
you select one of the first few books that you pull out and just flip through. It's a language that you are familiar with. You're not sure if Velen might be familiar with, but it's something that you definitely have been studying and looking
Right.
up. As you
Ooh,
go
let
through,
me see. What's language?
I have common, draconic, celestial, and orc. So let's say celestial. How about that? That sounds like something that would be spiritual.
I have Aquan. Also gone.
Okay, so there's something that looks like a wing, something that looks like an eye, something that looks like Saturn.
Excellent.
That Velen just goes, look at these things. Those are things.
It's Egyptian.
Meanwhile, Grimace
I
reads
mean-
them and goes, oh, all the wonders of the universe. Actually, as you flip through the different things, you notice that they're actually sort of like not even really information books per se, but they're sort of lore-y in case of, as if this person was writing them themselves. They are hand done, handmade. They've not been printed, and almost like observations. From what you can gather, they're actually different books on what you would assume to be the lost demi-powers that used to inhabit something that came long ago near the creation of the world that you guys are living in.
Oh, I'm a yoinking these.
Oh yeah. In fact, actually, I can even say I can give you like a couple of minutes with that 17 roll, and that you mark down just some key points of it. And if you want to write them down as well.
That is what I'm doing here. I'm going to have to move my camera over so I can type up my notes. Please do. Lay it on me.
All right. So what you're able to find are the 7 lost gods that originated in ancient times, from realms far beyond our own. 5 of them are named. 2 of them may be primordial, but they have been given candidacy of 2 different names. The ones that are known are Moram, of the Great Spear, Husk, the voice of Hargut,
Okay.
Tyranthraxis, the flamed one,
Okay, then.
Borum, of the lake of boiling mud, Kamnad, the unseen, and then the 2 that are lesser known, but there are 2 possible candidates for it are Denbar, the night serpent, and Kezith, the chaos hound. Sorry.
Oh, that
Oh,
sounds
I like
fun.
that. I like that.
Yeah, and for those of you seasoned players out there who are using, I'm borrowing heavily from Forgotten Realms, the 7 Lost Gods of Antiquity. So if anyone wants to look
good.
that up.
So, if the one god is unseen, how do you know about them?
Shush, you're not here. That's my answer. You're
Dare
not
you
here.
bring in your logic into this fantasy game?
He had to be seen at one point and then unseen, so hey. There.
He's just shy. He's not
You
necessarily
lost an
completely
entire
unseen.
god.
He's coy.
Just check under the couch. That's usually where I find
It's like
stuff.
those.
Oh, there he is.
Those, It's like those entities in Doctor Who. See
Yeah.
them and you forget about them.
Yeah,
Oh, the
Ood.
silence.
Oh, the silence. That's what it was.
The silence,
No,
yeah.
the Ood are different. Never mind.
The ood are very ood.
Another
That's
thing
what
to
she's
even
looking
add
for
is
an Ood.
another thing to add as well to it, Kelly, is that in certain beliefs, one of the seven names actually were slain by a mortal known as Bane. Bahal and Miracle as part of their apotheosis, whatever that means to you.
Bane, the Batman villain?
Yes.
That's what I was wondering. He did.
No.
He did break Batman's back. He's pretty badass.
You are born in the darkness. I was born in. No.
But your knowledge of those names, Bane, Bahal, and Myrkul, Myrkul, by the way. Those names do not seem to stand out as much or mean much to you with the 17 roll per se.
Okay.
But you do know the god that was slain was Borum.
Okay.
As to why, well, that may be part of the
There's
adventure.
no pictures in these books.
I'm afraid not, Valen.
Useless.
If not, there's just their holy symbols with their names, basically. And they look really cool, Velen, if you're looking at them.
Alrighty.
Anything in these books about the Stormlord?
Not mentioned, unfortunately. Not in these ones.
Doesn't look like it.
Huh.
Perhaps we should keep looking. I think I've found what I need.
There's likely a temple in town. This is a
You'd
fishing
think there would
village.
be something. You'd think there would be something, even if it was just a monk or just a small chapel or something.
Do another
It's a fishing village.
investigation.
There's got to be a shrine.
Do
Alright.
another investigation check, you two.
Sure. Twenty.
I'll wait for Velen's to roll.
No. This book doesn't have any pictures in it either.
Gosh. Gosh, you're pretty, Velen. All right.
Velen rolled
I
a
rolled a
1 for
one.
all those who are not.
So
rolled
Velen
one.
sees himself in like a reflective surface,
It's like, oof.
Hey,
falls
who's
in
that
love.
handsome guy?
Who dis? Who
I
what's your
don't
number?
Like to report a
Um,
handsome guy in my house. Oh wait, it's only me.
You do see the cat come in and then sort of does the pawing thing on the floor across from you guys where it was. It's kind of clawing at it though.
Hey, another
um,
path.
Possibly.
And
Or it
with-
needs to go to the bathroom. We're not sure.
I
And
might have
Grim-
to as well. I
and-
don't know how long we've been walking.
and Grimace with your 20,
Massive.
you see sort of a switch, sort of on the wall opposite where you came in, sort of at bottom cat level.
Okay.
And Smoky Kitty. There, I said it.
Squirrel.
And yeah, there is a switch near sort of like at cat height, basically. And the cat just seems to just paw at the ground. In
I'll
front
open
of
it.
Well, I can't
Should we
help
wait for
but
the
be
cat to open it?
a little bit concerned if the cat is pawing at the ground and the switch is at cat height, but the cat is not hitting the switch.
It looks like
Good
it
point.
wants. It looks more like it wants to go there.
Okay.
But it's not
All
smart
right.
enough to hit the switch.
It's a cat.
I mean,
Well,
cats
to
are
be fair, neither are you, villain. So I will
Wow.
give it a shot. I will.
smart. Wow.
Shade.
Wow.
To be
That book
fair,
doesn't have any pictures in it either.
I can't turn down the light anymore because of the shade that's in here. But holy crap, you guys! All right.
to be
And
fair,
on that note,
To be fair,
to be fair,
and on that note, I will flip the switch and step well back just in case.
well, it kind of surprises the cat because the floor slides out, and
Oops.
thankfully it lands on some stairs that lead downwards.
Well, cats land on their feet anyway, so it's all good.
And it's like, "Meow." It's more angry at the surprise, just like,
Well, you told me to.
well, after it comes back up, and then kind of like rubs against your leg, just like, I'm not mad at you, I'm mad at the button, and then goes back down.
Alrighty, and I smell like fish, so
That too.
that's fine.
I mean,
All right, so let's head down the stairs.
Yeah, it just trots on either beside you or in front of you, kind of like either
how dark
leading
is it
away
in
or
here anyway? Because I don't think either one of us has night vision.
I was just actually just going to ask, are there
It's-
torches or anything, or are we?
It gets fairly dark at this point, so
All right.
form
Are
or
there
other of
torches?
illumination would be
Or
great.
maybe we could light a torch. Did we bring a torch?
I did not bring a torch. At least I don't think I did. Hang on a second here.
I'm pretty
Hang
sure
on.
even if I just set
What
off
have I got?
the shocking grass, it's not going to radiate that much light.
I was like, I've got my fire breath, but that might be a little overkill. Let's see
Well.
here. What have I got? What have I got? What have I got? What have I got? I have a bunch of incense, but it will smell nice all the way down the stairs.
Okay. Would we be carrying all of our gear?
You would be.
Okay, then yeah, I have a torch.
Okay.
I'm gonna light a torch.
Okay, you light a torch. I don't
light
seem
a
to
torch.
have anything, but you know what? We're gonna light a torch. Why not?
Have a torch.
And in this basement, it is actually
Dead bodies.
much larger. Shush.
So morbid.
Much larger than the upstairs by quite a few feet. You
It's
imagine it
bigger
might
on the
go underneath
inside.
a different house.
I was just gonna say.
And it's bigger on the inside. And quite enough room for you to move around and even raise your hands up as well. Yeah, like it's fairly sizable. When you head just past the stairs and keep on going, you reach an altar.
See, I knew it. Knew there had to be
And
something.
Let me just roll a d6.
Nobody's jumping into the roll a d6 song. I'm disappointed in all of you.
Wow.
I are disappointed.
Should I know what that is?
I am apparently not worthy. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's classic YouTube. You guys need to look that up after.
All right. So because I've finally figured out which one it is actually. Funnily enough, when you go towards the altar, you'll notice a broken stone. Again, it's been there for a while, but broken stone around where a statue would have stood on top of the altar. But behind it, you do recognize the sort of rudimentary, drawn-in seal of Borum.
Ah, speak of the devil or the god or whatever.
Yeah, this is, as you know, is the slain god. This is his little temple, anyways, or his shrine, as it were.
Okay.
And
Alright.
you find that there is a tome kind of askew at closed, but like sort of placed askew, not perfected perfectly on the actual on the altar itself, but there is a tome there for you.
I shall open the tome and take a peek.
Cool. Pause on that.
Pause.
Birno, we are back to you, and in the loving arms of your cousin Roxanne, who is just hours away from her nuptials, and yet in the arms of another man. Her wilting...
I had to. I'm sorry.
Hound.
Her lilting, just joyful voice to hear you is just memories of the two of you. When you would always be by her side back in the day before she was engaged, before she had her subsequent engagement, and just good memories, very good juju around her.
Mm-hmm.
And she is like, I am so grateful that my invite got to you, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Obviously, Constance found you, which is good. I didn't think you would actually come.
Oh, of course I would come for you.
Oh.
In fact, I have a ship in the harbor.
Barano, you're not implying what I think you're implying.
Would you like to run away with me?
More sail away. Come sail away.
Yeah, we've gone from rock then to come sail away. It's actually a downgraded music, but what the hell?
What?
This is just like
I
an
don't-
80s mixtape here.
I don't know what to do with this information. You see her sort of consider, and just her eyes just light up at it, and then they kind of darken, and then just look down. And you notice on her left hand the engagement ring on her hand. You know I can't break that promise, Birno.
Don't worry about that. There's no wedding ring on there. We can run away if you want. The boat is in the harbor. They cannot catch us. It's the fastest vessel in all of the land and water.
And I presume they're leaving tonight.
Yes, of
Yeah, I
course.
know.
They'll have to.
Virno, give me a deception roll. I know you're being lovely and charming, but yeah.
You just tell people what they want to hear. Right. Deception roll. Deception. Here we go. Uh, 16.
Well, that's better than her insight roll of 4.
Woohoo!
Roxanne, she's pretty, but not much
Then
going
again,
on.
she's family too.
I
and
didn't
she
know
just,
it was this easy to run off with brides, but hey, when you're French,
making it a little bit difficult for you, unfortunately, because plot and conflict. Everyone else got their things easy. You're gonna have to work for yours. Also, storyteller plans. She sort of laughs in the way that she would politely laugh at one of your jokes as well, and you can tell she's grateful for the laugh. She seems like she's not done this or done, like laughed genuinely for a while. She goes, "No, Birno. Duty and family and our name needs to be remained intact."
but does the Viscount make you happy?
In his own way, I suppose. But,
I don't believe it. I don't hear it in your voice.
well, something is concerning me, Birno.
What's that?
Something is concerning me. When we first met, months ago, when we were, engaged, and years before, when we first encountered each other, and when I was first betrothed, he was. No one can hold a candle to you, my dear cousin, but there was something about him that he was just charming and amiable, and there's something not right with him, and I'm concerned and I'm worried. That's why I asked for Constance to bring you here. Perhaps maybe to see, or if anyone that you've traveled with knows something that can turn a man's blood into cool coldness in his veins. He's not the warm man that I'd come to love and want to marry.
Yeah, that just sounds like he's a jerk through and through. It's good you identify that before you get married. Speaking of which, then don't get married and let's hightail it out of here before you end up in like way more trouble than what you're currently in. Why
But
put off
just-
making a mistake today? We can make the mistake tomorrow.
But do I just leave the people in the hands of that cruelness and coldness? You know I would not sleep well of that.
Oh, they'll be fine. They're just party guests. They'll still get a good meal and then bugger off.
This I'd like to have you do a perception check.
Here we go. Whoops, sorry, that's wrong. That's performance.
Oh,
Perception.
no worries.
Comes up with a 15.
Okay.
What other people are you talking about?
Oh, I mean,
Talking about the party guests, or what are you talking about?
not just the party guests, but they've come from far and wide to see. But I mean, the people of this island, the people that must remain with him here, the poor that have to stay with him. Like, he's raised taxes quite high up. He's put in different tariffs and things for sailors and everything like that for just to make things a bit tad more difficult. I could only imagine when you docked here. I assumed it was fine, but perhaps there's other restrictions that I'm not know of. I have no knowledge of these things, but from what I can tell, things aren't as well as they may seem.
Yeah, that sounds like feudalism. I mean, a good old revolution would do wonders for this place, but
Oh, absolutely. This island is very far behind the times. Everything else seems to be just fine.
that takes a little bit to coordinate. I mean, like, just building a guillotine takes time, never mind organizing the posse. But all that can wait. We've got some emergency problems coming up for you tomorrow with the wedding. Let's just solve that right now. And run away with me. I've got the boat. Let's get out of here.
Unless it is leaving this immediately, then is there even any point?
Yeah, we're leaving immediately. Come with me, out the window.
Cool. Any actions you choose to take at this point?
The leader by the hand, like gently, but like straight out the window, and I'm going over the balcony first, and then I'll
drop her.
No. I mean, I'm
Ellen.
and then once I'm down, like call to her to jump, and
So, tuck
like,
and roll.
this is one story, right? How high up is she?
She'll be fine from if you catch her.
Well, depending on how hard it is to climb up and down this thing, I mean, can I either guide her to help her climb down, or okay, I'll just catch her then.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to do the acrobatics to get down, or sorry, the athletics. The athletics, sorry, to get down, anyways.
Coming right up. Athletics.
Yeah, that's high enough that you get down fairly easily, and like the smoothest path possible.
Mhm.
And yeah, you make it down okay, and just like, see, look at this, and just one step at a time. You see her very much conflicted. She looks to the room behind her, and then down, and then
We have to go now, Roxanne.
without a moment's hesitation, and without another word, she makes her way down. You're gonna have to do a dexterity save because she does slip.
Dexterity save.
I'm saying it's a dexterity save. It might be a dexterity, just straight dexterity check. Let's see what you do.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Splat.
She does. She slipped for 5. She's also not the most dexterous and athletic girl either. She just slip and fall. You drunkenly wallow towards her and are able to catch her, but her feet land on the ground fairly solidly. And just, ouch! Oh, and you realize you may have to carry her.
Are you hurt? Any broken bones?
I think so. My feet though landed really, really hard. Help me stand.
Yeah, so I'll support her and see if she can stand.
Fairly tenderly, she seems to only be able to walk on her toes. Her heels hit the ground fairly hard,
Oh,
and she's barefooted at this point. So
All right.
rocks are going to be a thing.
Yeah. Well, it looks like I'm carrying her out of here then.
Cool. You scoop her up in all of her house coat and gossamer nightgown wonderfulness. Uh, yeah. Yeah, hustle out through the bushes. We're doing this, folks.
Oh boy.
It's so romantic.
Pause on this one here.
Right.
Back to Velen and Grimace. Perception rolls, please.
Alrighty.
Better at those.
19. Whoa, there we go.
Okay. Velen, you'll recognize this. Grimace, this will be the first time you see it. Velen, you see the floating lady from the first episode. And she just hovers behind you guys, just as if like on like point.
That lady.
The ghost lady.
Ooh.
And she just waits there.
Okay, so we're in the basement
Yep.
of this hidey hole that the cat let us into, and the ghost is now here.
Yeah. You notice the cat's nowhere to be found.
Oh, good.
Tuesdays, man.
Does Grimace see it?
Grimace, this is your first time seeing it, so you see a beautiful see-through-ish sort of woman just floating there, almost like suspended just by the head, suspended suspended there, and like her just hanging in the air. But she does seem to have like a light breeze going through her hair and through her dress that she wears. And she points back up to the stairs to you guys with an elegant, delicate finger.
Which is funny because you're almost see through there, Rose, when you lifted your hand up.
Perfect. What can I say?
Is
Typecasting.
that where the shrine to the Stormlord is?
She says nothing. Just points, and then she starts to float on up the stairs.
All right.
I guess
Slowly.
we go up the stairs again.
Do you take the book with you, Grimace?
I was planning on it, yes.
Cool, you do.
Are there any other trinkets, items, tchotchkes,
Let's see.
printed spoons?
Broken stuff, some different things that are very reminiscent. Old
There was, like,
brassware, old
All
brassware
kinds
for
of
sure.
broken shit in here, and a pristine book.
I got some.
Oh, sorry, my description of the book.
And-
It was just a book. It's not necessarily a pristine book. It is very
and-
old, for sure, held together by luck and maybe something else, maybe magic.
And you read this book?
I'm taking
Okay.
it.
No one here to say no.
All right. Okay. So now let's follow the ghost after we've come and grabbed this, I don't know, grimoire or something.
After
out of
we've
this strange place
desecrated
down
this
here by a
shrine
cat.
and taken the tome, and
and pointed here by some old Jedi lady that disappeared. Oh, this is fun. Yes. There's nothing can go wrong with this.
So if you choose,
can't be worse than
to-
tentacles, man.
Follow up the stairs.
If you choose to, you follow her up the stairs.
Yes.
And then she guides you also out of the building without any issue whatsoever.
Okay, well that's handy.
She also then sort of guides you to, if you're continuing to follow her as well, out to the main street where the rest of the cat was behind the cat. You'll notice the wall seals back up after you're both safely out.
Oh, I'm glad it waited till we were out of there. That's good.
And as you hit the main street, she sort of turns. Which direction? She turns to her right down the road, and then vanishes as if she just caught something, or something caught her eye to her right.
I don't
And
see a shrine to
vanishes.
the Stormlord anywhere.
I don't either. Things are disappearing right and left here. Well, I got some light reading.
Both of you make a perception check, please.
Let's do that. Oh, not so good this time. 12.
Shabam!
Oh, there we go.
24.
What do we do? Holy crap! Okay. With your
things.
keen Genesi hearing, you hear some kind or other of an alarm being raised.
Alarm.
Yeah, it comes from to the left to left down the street. The right, actually, to the right is the ships in the docks where they are. But an alarm is ringing in the opposite direction.
Arm. Oh dear.
So an
Do
alarm's
we
being
see
raised to your left.
smoke? Maybe?
Oh, it's an alarm. It's not a fire alarm.
I don't know. It's an alarm.
Gee, I wonder if somebody got kidnapped.
Hmm.
Hey.
Oh no.
Just
back to
throwing that out there.
Cut back to Birano and Roxanne. You made it through the gate that Constance gave you the key for just fine. And I would like you to roll a stealth check. And
Stealth check.
Roxanne will roll one with you as well. She is no help whatsoever. You're on your own, bud.
Turns
She's
out
useless. I hope
Roxanne
she's
set off
cute.
the
She
alarm.
is kind of useless. Did not expect this to go down. I was fighting it, and I'm just like, you know what? Let's go with it.
I got a 16.
Okay, as best as you can. You stick to some of the sort of darker paths. You avoid the main road, and also a perception check too.
Perception check. All right.
Yes, please.
Also, thanks for the bit, Martlet Games.
Oh, Martlet, thank you. Yeah, you definitely hear the alarm being raised. Definitely, in fact, and you hear guards shouting, "Search for her! Search the town now!"
Wait, they said the town, not the castle?
Search the town. She's missing from the manor.
Yeah. All right.
And they probably have already looked in the manor already.
Yeah, all right.
There
Pick
was
up the pace. Keep going.
Spoiler alert: there was someone coming to the room that night just as you were leaving. So hey,
Oh. Bow chicka bow bow.
like if I had kept that conversation going any longer, then I would have been like, you know what? No, she'd go for it. She'd fucking go for it. No, let's do it. let's do this. Okay.
Yeah, pick up pace. Try and hustle here.
Yep, and you do, and you're making your way to there again. And any chance you get to, you see where the ship is, and you're getting closer and closer. We'll get back to you in a second.
All right.
Claire and LaForge, perceptions, please. Well, you know what? Actually, you know what? By now you would have heard it too.
Yeah.
It's being raised throughout the entire city. You hear just some form or other of alarm, bell clanging, and soldiers being called. Claire, you recognize this as there's something missing or search, but you're not too sure what specifically.
Huh. I wonder what the hell got stolen.
Lights start to flicker open and on in different homes. The Trianon, people seem to start to pour out as they're also listening for anything. It'll take a little bit for the guards to make their way to Trianon and to the docks, at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
I have not stolen anything.
No, you're
As
with me.
you're holding
I
a
know
big,
it's
huge
not
gift
you.
wrap, just like, I have not stolen anything.
It's a cheese tray. It was bought and paid for.
Well, at 50 gold, they robbed you.
Hey,
30
I got 35.
35 and nobody robbed me and nothing. I didn't pay for it.
Velen and Grimace, what... I forget. What have I chosen? Have you two guys chosen to do anything yet? I think you just heard the alarm at this point.
Not yet. We've just heard it. Yeah.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Find an altar to the Stormlord.
There's
I'm going
no
to take
sign of one.
my big heavy books and I'm going to start hightailing it back to the ship.
Cool. At least towards port, because again, that's where you know maybe the rest might be.
Yeah.
I mean, Velen, if you really want to look for it, I can make you roll an investigation check and tell you with blunt and complete honesty at this general area,
Ugh, I hate Frontenac. It's terrible here. I have no class. I even have a proper shrine to the Stormlight.
So
All right.
where do you go?
To the docks, not to the ship again.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure if this Calamity is going to actually want us back on her ship, honestly.
I mean,
We may have to charter our own.
fairly good guess at this point.
Or drop
Someone
kick her
seems
off
to
of it. One of the two.
someone definitely seems to think that they can just hop on and go, but we'll see.
Look, chartering a boat sounds like it takes time, and I don't have much. So
Virno, you actually do come across the docks, and Calamity's ship is still there. The gangplank though has been risen. No one's going to be going on that ship though. You do see Claire and LaForge near this very nice, fancy-looking hotel that is the Trianon. Again, sort of sticks out in place. I mean, if LaForge and Claire want to do a perception check.
Oh, damn. What? I'm pretty sure I failed that roll.
What's your roll?
7.
Okay. You see Birno coming out of one of the side sort of pockets, but he's got something in his arms. It's a bundle.
19.
That bundle is a woman. And he is running towards you now.
I only brought a cheese tray.
What do you mean?
well, that's a lot lighter and that's a lot smarter. But guys, we've got a problem.
Clearly,
I'll see.
We
clearly
need to get off
Birno.
the island now.
I am
What?
bringing a cheese tray as a present, but Birno planned ahead and is bringing a woman to this wedding as a present.
Okay.
The wedding's off. We need to go like right now.
Roxanne, nice to meet you.
you.
I mean, the wedding's off.
I'm Lady Roxanne. Nice to meet you.
Nice pleasure. You kidnapped the bride?
No. She's not kidnapped. She's an adult, and so Kit doesn't factor into it, and she's not napping, so that doesn't count either. So no, like, not at all.
I said
I'm
yes.
presenting
We
the
still have
cheese
to go.
tray to Roxanne.
I love robot golem logic.
Well,
It's like, oh, you are the bride? Here is a gift.
I'm
Quick,
reminded. It like directive. Like
yeah.
Quick,
It's
somebody
absolutely
clip
unhelpful,
that.
but it is correct.
This
Thank
was
you,
the point
LaForge.
behind the cheese tray.
I do believe this is yours.
Velen and Grimace, you guys come onto the scene where you see Birno holding some form or
woman.
other of woman in his arms. LaForge, all I see is Murderbot 5000. LaForge again, Murderbot. LaForge offering something wrapped and rectangular, and you may have just heard Claire say, "You kidnapped the bride."
Wow, we missed a lot while we were following that cat. Okay.
Yeah, we have to go. We have to go right now. We need to ship.
Everybody's apparently been chasing pussy today.
the- I wasn't going to say it. I'm glad somebody else finally said it. It's been
So,
right
this is-
there.
This is a cheese tray.
I see that.
Excellent.
not?
Oh, I was hoping to be surprised.
Okay, well, the gangplank is
Wait,
not down.
Nope.
So how do we get on the ship?
we get on
We
another
can't.
The
ship.
gangplank is not down.
We get on another ship.
There is rope on the docks. Oh my
I
God,
mean,
you
we
guys.
could climb the rope.
I got
But
it
then we
looks
have
like
to
quite a
kick her
few of
off
us
her
have our
own
arms
ship.
full at this point. I have books. Murderbot's got a cheese tray.
I can hold the cheese tray in
Birno's
one
got a
hand. I have
chick.
a hand free.
But then we have to kick her off her own ship, and that's not. I don't know.
Well, wait a second.
We-
Is the boat still tied to the dock? Is just the gangplanks up?
Yeah, just the gangplank's up. The ship's still there.
So the ship can't even leave without our help.
I mean, unless you guys want to crew it yourselves, and
How
she had a crew of
long-
many more people.
How
Alright, let's do it.
Of
long,
like 2 other people, but like
how
We're doing
long
it.
would this gangplank be?
I like your thinking.
It's bigger than a cheese board. It's just,
Definitely
you
bigger than a
can't
cheese
use
board. This isn't like a giant
world's
cheese
biggest
board
cheese
where they actually just call it, oh, it's a little
Okay.
wood chip. It's
Would you say it's about 6 feet from the dock to the edge of the ship where the gangplank would attach?
I would say yes. I was
Oh,
gonna say
boy.
3, but I think 6
I
seems
look
more
at-
realistic.
I look at LaForge. Good idea. Do it.
Understood. So I go right up to where the gangplank would be. I kind of spin my wheels backwards and I stick my arms up
no.
above my head and I clamp on.
Oh no.
All aboard. Let's go.
He's a transformer. Sweet. Okay, let's go.
Ah.
All aboard.
Okay, fine.
I mean, you can
I'll
stay
still
if you
aboard.
want to, Claire. I got what I need. I'm getting the hell out of here.
I kind of have to make sure you don't kick Calamity off her own ship.
Nobody's
Really?
kicking
No,
anybody off
she's coming with
anything.
us. We need a
You're
captain.
literally the most criminal of all of us, and you're like, no, this is wrong.
Claire, for your own knowledge, you probably know that Jim and the boys, yes, the captain and the crew of two boys, are probably living it up in the Trianon right now.
Oh, good.
Oh right. They're busy. They're not even on the ship.
They just survived a storm
Alright.
and a 4-tentacled thing.
We're stealing my girlfriend's ship.
We're stealing your
We're-
girlfriend's ship.
We're borrowing.
I'm also
Your
stealing my
girlfriend.
girlfriend. Like,
What?
Who is
There's a
your
lot
cousin?
of
But we're not
stealing
even
going
get
on.
into that.
Are we all aboard?
Can-
Is everyone aboard?
I'm aboard.
wait,
Would
we
it-
gotta
I'm
get.
aboard.
Okay,
Would it
Unless
be
I have to roll
possible to
for it.
have this conversation after you're all aboard?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Aaron, go ahead.
Get Roxanne on board, then run back and start undoing the ropes.
Okay. Good.
'Cause someone needs to do that, and then back on board. And can Murderbot pull himself up, or does he need?
I can help him.
Okay.
Is there anyone on docks?
Well, there is now. Sort of the yeah, they weren't expecting anyone. Neither was the DM expecting anyone to show up on the docks. So there's someone who was like supposed to be watching the docks per se, sort of like stumble over and just like, "Oi!"
Hey,
It's like
Hey!
those two morons from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, except there's one. He's drunk.
Everybody's drunk.
flash a gold piece at him, and say, "I'll throw this to you when you untie that rope, but don't do it until I say."
Do you mean the one that Birno was working on, or?
The other ones, like the very last one, you'd have to be.
Yeah, so
then
there'd
the-
be like
the ship
probably at least
Oh,
one
yeah.
on
The ship
either
will
end.
start pulling away, and we're gonna not want that happen.
Make it 2.
Sure.
Cool. If you flip it over to him, he'll start undoing the
I'll flip him
other
one.
rope.
and I'll toss you the other one as soon as it's untied.
Well, he's a dummy, so he's just gonna do it anyway. Gold, might as well.
Well, we're
Getting
flipping
ripped
people off
off.
here.
He's getting ripped off by Roxanne's fiance anyway, so. And he's like,
Right.
done.
So, in the meantime, I will have crossed Murderbot, and then grabbed a hold of his arms, so that I can haul him up or give him assistance on an athletics check.
Cool. Yeah, if you can do that, LaForge.
Yeah, I'll help too if for what it's worth.
Sure. Okay, so do it with advantage then.
So what would I roll?
Well, you're gonna flip over to advantage on your character sheet.
No, I
And
mean
you're gonna be
like
rolling. And,
what
and
what check should I roll? Like a strength check or
It's an athletics check.
athletics? Okay,
Athletics. Yes. Yes.
or
It would be
acrobatics.
climb. It would be climb, so I would technically say athletics. unless acrobatics is better.
Oh, athletics. There it is.
Oh, athletics would make sense.
Oh, look at that! You rolled a 12.
Cool. I'd say you make it on with a little bit of a struggle. The ship is kind of slowly.
Well, he does weigh like 650 pounds or something.
Yeah, but with the help of
Yay, boy.
Birno and Velen, and the ship is kind of like starting to pull out of port slowly.
Oop! Now I gotta run and do stuff.
Thank you for your cooperation.
You still have the cheese board, Velen, or not
Aw.
Velen, LaForge.
Yes, obviously, I put it in my chess piece.
Cool.
My
Just
chess
wondering.
piece of holding.
Just wondering for details because apparently that's the thing I decided to fixate on this episode. All right, Velen, what do you
What
do?
about the chessboard?
Well, somebody's got to you pilot the ship. All right. Basically give them basic commands in terms of, okay, I need this, when untie it, and then when it unfurls, tie it to that thing. And basically sort of getting the ship underway, tasks for everyone.
Okay. Birno, you're busy with Roxanne at the moment.
Oh, what is he
she's
though?
Later.
Is it?
Not that kind of bizet.
Oh,
Below
fine.
decks.
You're no fun, DM.
Hey, Grimace, rocks fall, you die. No, I'm kidding. Whoops, you fall off a deck. Anyway,
Let's not
do
get
an
sour
acrobat and
now.
athletics check and see if you swim. You know what? Dexterity check and see if you float. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah. So Birno, you're tending to Roxanne because she's still kind of like, did I just do this? She's kind of in shock right now. Claire and LaForge, Claire, you've been on a ship a number of times and probably have helped Calamity a few times to know rudimentary knots and know to do that sort of thing. LaForge, you were designed to take orders, so with the specific... Velen, I assume you're being also somewhat vaguely specific.
I may have a really short attention span, but yeah, I know my way around the ship.
Yeah. So you say it with enough direction that LaForge, you're able to pick up what he's putting down, basically, or tie up what he wants you to tie up and
That thing.
loose out when he needs to loose out.
I have detailed files.
The other thing.
Your files help you and you're fine.
Move the thing and the other thing.
Yeah.
Inconceivable.
And then Velen, I forget, on your character sheet, do you have anything that's like a bonus to water vehicles or something like that?
I
forget what
absolutely have proficiency in water vehicles.
Cool. Okay, if you can roll me that, or D20 and
exactly.
add that bonus or that proficiency is.
Oh, wait. What attribute am I using?
Sorry?
It asks for an attribute. Strength, dexterity, etc.
Mm,
Dex to get it out of.
I would say Dex to get it out of port.
13.
That's with the bonus as well.
Yes, with the bonus.
That's about. Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, what bonus?
That's fine. Yeah. All right then. The ship is pulling out of port, just as a bunch of
Here we go.
French guards, musketeers, gentlemen in fancy hats and fancy swords, a little bit fancier than Birno's, start arriving.
Are their
onto
noses just as
port.
long?
There seem to be of normal size. Birno seems to be unique among them. You also notice that Roxanne's nose is pretty normal too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, this has been quite the day.
Now, what do we do? Where are we going from here?
Well, I'll just narrate the rest of it. As the rest of the guards and musketeers and whoever is called to raise the alarm and some concerned villagers, the entire dock is lit up as you take Calamity's ship, the Chaos, out to sea, out to open sea at night. Literally. Michelle, if you're watching this right now, this is going to be very interesting how to get you into this.
She's below decks the entire time.
Would not surprise me.
Passed out in the rum room.
Snicker.
Yeah, like I said, Claire, you assume that they're in the Trianon in the
We
inn
should
living it up.
probably check.
Too late now.
just to
You're
make
out of the.
sure.
You're out of the. Out
No,
of
no.
the,
I mean,
yeah.
check the ship because there might be contraband we might need to get rid of,
Or stowaways.
or stowaways.
You mean the actual owners of the ship?
Who are
So-
now stowaways.
We are now the owners of this ship.
So yeah, Velen, you are currently
Why?
on.
By nautical
on the
law, this
lead.
is now my ship.
Possession is
is
9/10 of the law.
See?
See?
And
There
you
you
are
go.
possessed by something or other. This is actually derailed fantastically. This is
To
beautiful.
be fair,
I love it.
I was given orders by a ghost. So
To be fair,
To be fair,
well,
I
I
just
was
wanted to
given
get some
orders by a
books.
ghost.
I went to the equivalent of the library, and I was fine.
And she followed a cat to a library. So
Yeah, it all worked out in my favor.
oh
it's been a day.
yeah.
It's been a
So
day.
you're clear without any issue. I mean, there's a few firing gunshots may have nicked like one of the sails, but like not enough to hinder the fact that it will still carry you out to sea just
I
fine.
just got this ship.
stop.
Stop blowing holes in my ship.
And you're yep.
I actually
you're sailing
signed that
to
out.
sea.
It's semaphore.
You do. They, like, and y'all sail away from Frontenac again to open sea. Yeah. So Grimace, if you would like to go through that book, since we got a little bit of time at this point, that's
Yes.
basic. Okay, I was gonna say y'all. I was gonna get y'all thrown into jail because, well, like Bearno's like, I'm gonna kidnap the bride. I'm like, all right.
Are you now?
Well, my original plan was actually just to put my sword through the groom, but this is actually like way less violent than what I had planned.
Wow.
Way more
Sorry.
Wow.
We're literally murder hoboing our way through this thing. This is amazing.
And not even. Not even.
No,
You did
we're
not
rescuing-
kill anybody.
We're rescuing
hoboing.
damsels, and then no, we're heroes.
Excuse
We're
me,
not
we
murdering,
haven't
but we are
murdered.
hoboing.
We haven't murdered anyone. We're
Yeah.
hobo stealing, I guess.
You just rolled really well, and I just happened to roll shitty for Roxanne. So, like, as much as she's just like, there's something wrong with my husband, but okay, I'm gonna run off with my cousin because I'm that kind of girl.
Yeah. And although we
Who is
stole
it?
a ship, we overpaid for a cheese board, so it balanced.
I mean,
We did not overpay for a
Kind of.
cheese board.
We have the world's
I
most
mean, come
expensive
on, it's
cheese board.
mahogany. It's not worth 35 gold.
I mean, was this ship worth 15 gold? Because I'd say it evens out.
Well, because the boat's not mahogany.
Okay,
Exactly.
of course.
Well, I may cut this off early, so I'm gonna finish up the last 15 minutes here, just to do a bit of a wrap up. So Grimace, like I said, I was trying to start before. You, it's okay. You wanted to, I assume, take a look through your book.
Yes.
You know where Calamity's sort of study is. If you choose to go there, of course, there's also the underdecks as well. Oh yeah, and there's the cook as well. Don't worry,
We
Claire,
stole the
Claire,
cook.
if you're gonna do a check of whoever's there, I can let you do that in a second. But yeah, yeah, there's a unlit candle on a desk when you walk in, and it has sort of the view of Frontenac shrinking more and more in the background, as well as the front of the ship, sort of out in view in the open sea.
Lovely.
Velen
I claim this room for my
Velen
own.
would be above you, so that he can see out to sea as well.
Sounds good to me. I'm going to have a sit down, and I'm going to go through these books.
Cool. Light yourself a candle and go through your books and go through your notes, and we will discover more of that and have a private chat in between games about that. Okay,
Sounds good.
Claire.
We stole my girlfriend's ship.
What the hell?
As
She's gonna murder me.
as Claire's freaking out about that, LaForge rolls by and just turns his head as he goes and says, "The nautical term is liberated."
Actually,
Key Forge.
commandeered.
Commandeered.
Like this makes it any better. You're not the ones who are going to be dead. I am. Oh.
Do you
Only if we
want-
get caught.
Does anyone want to go and look for anyone else or anything else? Anyone and anything else on the ship?
Yes.
Velen's preoccupied.
Grimace.
Grimace is absolutely going to be busy.
On the ship.
Sorry?
I go to the captain's room.
Okay, you see Grimace at the desk.
Be with you in a minute.
That's okay. I'm just here for the rum.
Go for it. I got
That
it.
is such wonderful arrogance.
Well, we're going to hell.
It's a captain.
Praises
Why do you think I'm going towards the rum?
And as if she just predicted exactly what I thought she was going to do, she just walks up to a nice, big, huge, bigger size cabinetry, opens it up, and kind of has the position of, I have nothing to wear. In this case, nothing to drink. Takes the first thing of rum, uncorks it, walks back onto deck.
Seeing as
Just
how
leaves
it's
the door.
Calamity's ship,
close the
there's
door behind you,
probably
please.
like you could unscrew like a table leg and then open it up, and there's like rum inside and screw it back on type thing.
Probably got little hidey holes everywhere.
Don't get me started.
Hey, we start looking for those when we run out of the bottles.
Okay.
This is
Is it-
advisable.
Is this just Claire or who else? Anyone else? Like I said, two folks are already preoccupied with their own tasks.
Since
One
I'm
with navigating the ship because, well, that needs to be done.
since LaForge is going to be accidentally going into Artificer in the next level, I'm going to check below decks in the like engine room type thing, like the see how the inner workings work.
Searching like the hold basically, or where a lot of stuff is.
Yeah.
The engine per se, it's unfortunately not an airship yet.
Yet.
But you do go into the hold areas. You see in one holding area, sort of like just below decks, there's plenty of room for something there, but it seems a lot of their own storage is there, and trunks and cases and some form or other of contraband. Nothing is marked, unfortunately. But
This will
I'm sure
make a
there's
good
some
engine
form or
room.
other. You go down to the next level below that. You see there's a bunch of different like holding cells of some kind. None that have any occupancy whatsoever. They're all empty.
Or wow.
It's the brig.
Eventually for Calamity, yes, I understand.
We don't know this. And then below that is just the bottom of the ship. You notice that there is a healthy amount or an okay amount of water in the bottom of the ship. That's normal because it's a ship and it needs to have a little bit in there just to float and counterbalance. So it's, you know, that's probably where they would probably get like, it's not really a useful sort of space. It's just a smaller. You can barely even fit in there, LaForge, with how tall you are, unless you like ducked.
That's okay. This is where the eventual tag treads will be as we turn it into a land ship.
I'm loving
I see
this.
treads over here. This looks like paisley. I can see paisley.
Oh my stars. Yeah, so while designer Daddy Robot over here is just living his dream, I'm gonna say Barbie dream airship. Not
Transformer.
complaining. I'm kind of liking your
actually.
plan. So
I'm gonna
Barbie
go full
Transformer,
Transformer
Mattel
with this thing.
regardless. Mattel, please sponsor us. No, I'm kidding. Claire, I would like you to do an investigation check for me, please.
Alrighty, that is going to be a 20, not natural.
20, not natural. Okay, just say 20. You don't have to say if it's a natural or other. If it was for like a combat, I would say yeah, but
Had it.
you got it. You find in the other sort of places where like even like where the cannons are and stuff like that, there's nobody hidden there or sleeping there or bunk there. You think either like Jim or John would have slept there just fine. Um, there's no more quartermaster, so that room's still as it was. When you go into the galley, though, you do see the dwarven cook just like perched in her chair and just double chins, triple chins, and just gently sleeping.
Excellent. We won't.
Hey,
What? What is it? Jinx Crivens, what are you doing on here? You shouldn't be even on here. You should be. What time is it?
let's just say something happened. We're out at sea again.
Did Calamity have another mutiny?
No. Maybe actually, no, that is exactly what this could be called. I am not a part of it. I'm just trying to make sure they do not crash her fucking ship.
That's probably good. If you're making sure the ship doesn't crash, why aren't you by the wheel, though, honey?
Because I'm checking to see if any of the crew are still on board.
Just me.
Just you.
So, who am I cooking for now?
I go
Me-
rolling by the door at this point. Captain LaForge.
Oh, that's your friend there. Okay, noted. And
The blue
big,
one,
let me guess,
the red one.
Bluey, Big Nose, and Lizard are on here as well.
Yep, and Big Nose brought a friend.
Oh, he did he? Was it
Yeah.
is it another person or other, or an acquaintance from one of the inns, hopefully?
He kidnapped the bride.
Sorry, he kidnapped nobility, is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Kidnapped is such a dirty term.
She's just rolling by saying it's just like
I prefer liberated or commandeered.
Yeah, you can hear the squeak of the wheels as I hit reverse.
Commandeered the bride.
He
The,
commandeered the bride.
the nautical
Alright.
term is liberated.
all right. I'm going to stay on here because someone needs to feed all you fucking idiots.
She's not staying otherwise because she was have to swim.
Because
if she
that
doesn't.
was bloody stupid.
Oh, I know.
I don't know what possessed you to accept someone who was going to kidnap somebody, but
I am not possessed.
I didn't know he was even going to do this. How do you think I feel?
I am incapable of being possessed.
can I get a swig of what's in your hand there, honey? I think I need.
Go
I need to-
have the rest of the bottle. I'll grab another.
She finishes off. Before you go, I'm staying on because someone needs to feed all you idiots. But like at the same time, if shit goes to hell, you're all in bloody fucking trouble.
Oh, I know.
Not that
I'm
I
aware.
care. Not that I care. You're bloody brave, but you're also bloody stupid as well.
I'm aware. Thank
But
you.
I'm here. Otherwise, I'm floating in the sea, in the pool, as it were. So I'm not going to. I'm not going to argue.
Thank you.
Oh dear gods.
Well, I'm going to go up to the wheel and make sure the blue one doesn't crash us.
Good idea.
All right.
And you hear her kind of mumbling like, "Oh, hopefully they didn't open the gates of hell or bring in any kind of thing old and ancient and disgusting onto the ship. Then I think we'd be okay."
The cheese board's quite contemporary.
Damn it.
Oh, a cheese board, you say?
We have a cheese board.
And she takes it. She just goes, "Oh, I feel like I've just been given a wedding present. This is lovely." Thank you, honey, LaForge. And she's just like, "Oh, you sweetheart. Is there anything I can get you? Do you eat anything? Do you eat, period?"
I have no need of human sustenance.
Well, you're a dear and you don't get to do any chore, and I'll ask everybody else to help me.
But I do like carrots.
Maybe I'll give you a carrot once in a while. Here you go. Hands a clean raw one.
Fiber
Grab
helps
it.
with my gear cleaning.
Whatever gets you moving, darling.
Exactly.
All right,
Okay.
so yeah, there's nobody else on the ship though. Just our lovely little cook.
All right. So I'm gonna go back up to the deck to keep an eye on Velen and drink more.
Belen does fine, and you continue to drink more. Birno, the two of you are sort of like on the bow, the front of the ship, and
Oh, like in Titanic?
I mean, since we didn't have it the last episode, yes. Why the fuck not? And she's
if
just
you
like,
yell-
I'm flying, Birno, I'm flying.
I am
If
the
you
raw
yell-
Saying it, Mike.
Spin the wheel hard and see if he falls over.
Velen.
He did
Fine.
the thing.
Birno, deck save.
Should be fine.
You know,
He's
if
got
I roll a
huge
1
legs.
here and I toss the bride off the boat, like all of this is for naught. But
She did fine. She did fine. I rolled
She's
for her
fine.
just now.
dexterity roll coming up.
Oh boy.
Let me double check this.
Don't disappoint me.
Comes out to a 9.
God damn.
Cool. So you're kind of knocked a little bit off balance, but she puts her hands on your hands that are on her waist because you're doing the thing, and she sort of hangs on, and then out of just natural habit, just hang on, and then she feels a bit of a grip around her waist. She holds onto the bow of the ship, and she is just laughing her butt off as like the wind's blowing through, the water crashes as the ship turns.
I made it worse.
Yep.
Stop
It is such a
rocking the
lovely
boat.
moment. I mean, we've just like escaped from the evil viscounts, got a boat. Yep, pretty awesome. Just gonna bask in the awesomeness.
Yeah.
Gonna find a random crate and put your foot up on it.
Oh, actually, speaking of feet, so have we been healed from that Murloc attack from the last session?
You would have rested up enough to have been healed up for sure, and yeah, not really going to have much of an encounter on the sea until
Right, but if
our
we know
next episode.
if we
Because that's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to call it here.
I was
Go
gonna say,
ahead.
ask Eric to heal Roxanne's foot.
Oh, the cook would gladly help you out. Yeah, it seems like her upper body strength was more what was required for this, as opposed to say like planting her feet and stuff like that. So, again, you supporting her around her waist, she's able to be comfy and fine.
Roxanne is buff. There you go.
And she might not be unlucky on the ship at all. There you go. Yeah. So, wow, 9:00. That is game, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, holy shit! That is completely derailed from what I had planned.
As
Well
I
done,
come
guys.
as I come up onto the deck and I see them doing the Titanic thing, my LaForge would probably go, "I understood that reference."
Great.
Tony Stark, eye roll.
I'm just sitting on the railing of the ship, drinking and just glaring at Verna.
Like it was his idea.
All right, and with that, we're gonna outro and say where you can, or if you cannot, just say who we are and that sort of stuff, and just outro out of here, folks. Literally, that is game.
That's all, folks.
So we'll start with Aaron once again.
Hey there, been playing Beer and a Cognac. I don't have any other social media or anything, so but be here next week, and if you want to tune in.
Kelly.
I was Kelly. I was playing Grimace. I am not playing anything else that is being streamed at the moment, but if you're here next week, then you will probably see me.
And Mike.
Hi, Mike. Played Velen. If you are interested in my pre-COVID cosplay, you can find me on socials at Canadian Captain America. I play tonight. I play also in Call of the Abyss, which is a vampire game on the Uru Overlords Twitch stream. I cameo every now and then on Vancouver by Night, and I have a thing coming up in the works that will involve some more D&D. Stay tuned.
Bethany?
I'm Bethany. I play Claire. If you wish to follow me on any socials, Instagram is Dark Ninja Raven, and I cosplay. Otherwise, see you here next Wednesday.
And Steve.
I'm
I think
Steve.
there's a few things that we need to pitch on here, so
Yeah,
I got you last.
there's a few more things that we got to pitch.
Oh yeah.
Usually the storyteller on Vancouver by Night, which is here. Saturdays, we're going to be doing Vancouver Adjacent starting at 3 p.m. PST on the Level Up Dice channel. And the Level Up Dice link is in the chat if you wanted to see it. If you buy dice there, it helps us out. Also, from 3 until 6, that'll be running. And then from 6 until 9, it's the regular Vancouver by Night game, which is here. If you have any Amazon Prime memberships and you want to give some of Jeff Bezos' money away, you can actually subscribe to us here for free. You get one per month, and you can do it for free. It helps us out. We buy a bunch of stuff for everybody. We are gonna hook everybody up with like mics and shit like that. All the money goes back into the feed to make it more professional or whatever. I don't know. I guess. And thank
maybe
you for,
gets us some art on here too, because we need that next for sure.
yes, there's that too. Thanks for the raid from, where was it? It was Table of Horrors, and thanks for the bits, Martlet Games. We will see you next week for more D&D stuff. And that's pretty much it for me. Rose, you're up.
Sure. And I'm Rose. I'm your DM for the night. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Rose_Bulbasaur, and even on TikTok at Rose Bulbasaur. And yeah, if you don't know how to get here by now, as Steve would say on the other channel, I don't know how to help you. If you do want to help support us, though, for sure. Did you mention the Patreon as well, Steve? Because we do have a Patreon as well.
We do have a Patreon.
Yeah, what's the website to that one?
I will put that in the chat.
Awesome.
As soon as I figure out what the fuck I'm doing. There we go. Actually, I just have an exclamation point thing for that. Bam. There it is. Yeah, it's in the chat.
There we go. It is that. There we go. And yeah. On that note, since we're all through, I think on the count of 3, we give a good hearty har, and we're out of here. Can we do that, folks? All right. 1, 2, 3.
7.
Arr!
Yarr.
Steve. Freaking. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night, everybody.